ഇയാളുടെ ഇഷ്ടം
రావాలి వేడి వేడి అన్నం చల్ల చల్లగా తిందాం. అదే రావడం కూర్చోబెట్టడానికి
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rajita, ma'am.
Morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 people are present today. It's okay. So already it's very late. Okay. So our today topic is National Action Plan on Climate Change, right? So this is also very important questions in your examination. So they are asking 8 missions. So these are 8 missions, right? So now, so the National Action Plan and Climate Change. So this is the primary strategy to fight against global warming and climate change, right? So it was released on 30th June 2008. So this National Action Plan, it effectively pulls together a number of government scheme policies and programs under various sections like water, renewable energy, energy efficiency, and also agriculture, and also others into a set of these 8 missions, right? So it pulls together a number of strategies into 8 missions. So which helps a comprehensive approach towards the climate change and global warming. So here, the Prime Minister's Council on Climate Change is the term of the overall implementation of this plan, right? So you see here, so the action plan on climate change, it's called NAPCC. So an initiative formulated by Government of India on the 30th June 2008. So almost a year after it was announced to deal with the future policies and programs for the climatic improvement and adjustment, right? So the NAPCC was released by Government of India the year of 2008, right? So the aim of this NAPCC is to mitigate and adapt to the climate changes in different domains that are related with climate change, right? So this plan aims at fulfilling India's development objectives with focus on reducing emissions intensity of its economy. So it put together the national plan on water, renewable energy, and energy efficiency, and agriculture, etc. Right? So what are the principles of this plan? So, so that is protecting the poor through an inclusive and sustainable development strategy and sensitive to climate change, and also achieving national growth and poverty alleviation objectives while ensuring some ecological sustainability, and also efficient and co-effective strategies for end use demand and site management, and also extensive and accelerated deployment of appropriate technologies for adaptation and mitigations, and also some new and innovative market and regulatory and voluntary mechanisms for sustainable development. So it is a mission. So it is a mission plan. So the execution of the action plan are constituted under these 8 missions. So that are responsible to achieve the goals of adaptation and improvements. So you see, these are the 8 missions. First one is National Solar Mission, and second one is National Mission for Enhanced Efficiency, Energy Efficiency. That is called NMEEE. So this is NSM. NSM. This is NMEEE. And also third one is National Mission on Sustainable Habit. So that is also NMSH. And National Water Mission, NWM. And National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, NMSHE. And National Mission for a Green India, this is the 6th, NMGI. And National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, that is called NMSA. And lastly, National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change. So this is NMSKCC. Right? So these are the 8 missions. So these are very important. So you can write these 8 missions in your examinations, right? So first, we'll discuss one by one. So first is National Solar Mission. So it is governed by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So the Jawaharlal Nehru. So it is called Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, right? So the Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission was launched in the year of 2010 and January 11th. So with the prime aim of achieving grid parity by 2022 and with coal-based thermal power by 2030. So the basic aim of National Solar Mission is to promote solar energy, right? Promote solar energy, or it is promote all types of steps that will definitely help in increase or harnessing the use of solar energy. As a part of these missions, so this mission sets an ambitious target of generating how much? 20,000 megawatt of solar power by the year of 2022. So along with that, we have some specific goals for increasing the use of solar and thermal technologies as well as in urban areas, industries, and also other commercial establishments, right? So all together, the National Solar Mission talks about what is that? Promoting better utilization of solar energy, right? So what is the objective of the National Solar Mission? So the objective of National Solar Mission is to establish India as a global leader in solar energy, right? By creating the policy conditions for its diffusion across the country as quickly as possible, right? So this mission, the adopts a 3-phase approaches. So first one is phase 1, that is up to 2010 to 2013, and phase 2, 2013 to 2017, and phase 3, 2017 to 2022. So it is incremental increasing the solar power generation, right? So for example, now 1000 to here 1000 to 2000 megawatts in this first phase, and second phase, what is that? 4000 to 10,000 megawatt in the second phase, and third phase is 20,000 megawatts in the third phase. So this is the increment increasing the solar power generation. So these three phases. So you see this picture. So this map, this is the India map, right? So which shows the huge potentials for solar power generation in the country. So if you look at this orange, right? Orange color regions. So these are the regions which are very continual for extraction of solar power in the country. So they have the potential of 2150 kilowatt per meter square. So they receive solar energy more than 2150 kilowatt per hour per meter square, right? So our peninsular India and region of this Rajasthan and certain parts of Delhi, so those are all having great potential to extract solar energy present, right? So this is the National Solar Mission. And the next, second one is National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. So it is governed by the Ministry of Power, right? So it is based on the Energy Conservation Act of 2001. So India has 5th lowest energy efficiency in the world, right? So further, the GDPs to energy consumption ratio is also very poor. So the mission thus plans sustainable economic growth along with reduction in energy and carbon intensity of the economy. So what is this aim of this national mission for enhanced energy efficiency? So that is, this mission is to strengthen the market for energy efficiency in the country by creating conducive regulated architecture. So this energy and fostering innovation and also sustainable business models to the energy efficiency sectors, right? So this mission aims to, what is that? Promoting or improving energy efficiency, right? So within the country in different platforms of energy use, right? So the main aims at saving a minimum of 10,000 megawatt of energy by within 4 years. So it's a part of this mission. We were discussing about the 3-star, 3-star or 4-star or 5-star electronic devices, and we also discussed regarding the ACs, right? ACs also electrical conditions. So all the appliances comes with the star rating electronic appliances, right? So all of you know about this star rating. So what is this star rating? Anybody tell me what is this star rating? Star 1, 2 up to 5.
Energy consumption.
Right. Okay. You see here they are right, power saving guide, right? So that is energy consumption. So if 4-star, it is energy efficient, and 5-star, it is more energy efficient, right? Then 1 or more stars. So this create awareness among the consumers to purchase and the energy efficient appliances. So it all comes as a part to main aim. What is that? To save, promote maximum energy. To save, promote and promote maximum energy, enhanced energy efficiency, right? So the next, National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. So it is governed by the Ministry of Urban Development, right? So the manifold agenda mission, because it looks at energy efficiency within buildings, right? Within buildings, and betters the public transport system. So it aims at promoting energy efficiency as a common or a core component of urban planning, and the plan calls for, or the mission calls for the extending the existing energy conservation. Main is building code, right? So which means as of now we have a specific set of codes, right? So that has to be fulfilled while creating or while constructing different buildings, especially in urban areas, right? Urban planning, right? Urban area. So this particular mission aims at promoting a better building goal, a better energy efficiency building code. So that is creation of one building code for the entire nation, right? Especially related to the urban areas, and also give a special emphasis on urban waste management, and as well as recycling, including the power production from the renewable resources or power productions from waste. So, and now next we have the mission that deals with the water. You see here, sorry, I forgot this. So this mission describes strategies to implement measures in the various sectors listed below. So you see this energy efficiency, urban transport, and water supply and sewage, and municipal solid waste management, and urban storm water management, and urban planning. So especially it is related to the urban areas, and also give a special emphasis on urban waste management as well as recycling, including the power production, right, from the renewable resources or power productions from waste mill, right? So next is National Water Mission. So this is the Ministry of Water Resources and River Development, and Ganga reservations are the members who supported in this mission, right? So ensures better integrated water resource management is leading to water conservation. So less wastage and equitable distribution, forming better policies, right? So the goal of this National Water Mission is to better utilization of available water resources. So we talk about increasing the efficiency of water usage by the 20%, minimum of 20. And it will be done using different technologies as well as awareness among different sections of people who are using water in their routine life or daily life, right? So these are the goals. You see, first goal is comprehensive water data based in public domain and assessment of impact of climate change on water resources, and promotion of citizen and state action for water conservation and augmentation and preservation, and focused attention to vulnerable areas, so including over exploited areas. So and also increasing water use efficiency by the up to 20%, and promotion of basin level integrated water resource management. So these are the very important goals in this National Water Mission. So the next National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem. So it is governed by the Department of DST, that is Science and Technology. DST, it is called DST. Okay. So, right. DST. Okay. So it protect to the Himalayan ecosystem. What is that? Protect to the Himalayan ecosystem. So the mandate is to evolve measures to sustain and safeguard the Himalayan glaciers and mountain ecosystems and biodiversity and wildlife conservation and also protection. So we have national mission on sustaining Himalayan ecosystem, right? Because we know Himalayan ecosystem play a significant role in sustaining Indian subcontinent, right? So especially protecting us from the warm currents or cold currents from the Siberian and also other Central Asian states, right? So this particular aim, sustaining Himalayan ecosystem, deals with development or improvement of ecological value of Himalayan ecosystem, and also the environmental peculiarities and biodiversity peculiarities of Himalayan ecosystems. So it's talked about protecting and preserving different aspects related to these Himalayan ecosystems, right? So, and it also we can discuss about protecting glaciers, which are a major source, right? Glaciers. So this is the major source of India's water supply as well as projects to receive as a result of our project source to reduce the impacts of global warming, right? So this is the national mission for sustaining the Himalayan ecosystem. So what is the aim? So to protect the Himalayan ecosystem. So this is the main aim or main goal, right? You see here. So this mission also seeks to safeguard communities in the Himalayas from the impacts of climate change through evidence-based policy formulations and enhanced research and capacity. And also they mean marginalized and vulnerable communities of the Himalayan region. It will be the major beneficiaries of this mission, right? So you see what is the coverage of in this mission. So this mission covers all 12 Himalayan states of India in the Indian Himalayan region. So that is called IHR, Indian Himalayan region. So those are include 10 hill states, that is Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, and also Meghalaya. And also 2 partial hill states, that is namely Assam and West Bengal also. So these are included in this mission, in this particular Himalayan states of India, right? The next one is National Mission for a Green India. So it is governed by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and also Climate Change. So Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So it has mandate of reviving degraded forest land with a focus on increasing forest cover and density and also conserving biodiversity. So works towards reducing fragmentation of forest, enhancing private-public partnerships for plantations, and improving schemes based on joint forestry management, etc. Right? So in the year of 2014, so the Ministry of Environment and Forest go ahead to work on from the cabinet, right? So as the name indicate, it talks about increasing the forest cover. What is that? Forest cover. So it talks about afforestation and about preventing deforestation, etc. So as a part of the Green India mission, it promotes or it touches in afforestation of around how much? 6 million hectares of degraded lands. How much? 6 million hectares of degraded land. So it also talk about increasing the existing forest. It covers from the 23%, this 23% to 33% of the total land tertiary, right? So I hope all of you know that the ideal or the best or the minimum amount or percentage of the land. So that should be under forest for sustaining our better societies. That is 33%, right? So the National Green India Mission talks about increasing the existing forest covers from the 23% to 33%. So this is the main aim. And then next, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. So it is governed by the Ministry of Agriculture. So the main objective is how climate change affects crops and their development through various mechanisms. So for example, in areas where there are more rains, so it focuses on integrated farming. So use of water efficiently, soil health management, etc. Right? So it works towards devising strategies, that is to make Indian agriculture less susceptible to climate change. So it would identify and develop a new crop varieties and use traditional and modern agricultural techniques. So the sustainable development is that development that helps to meet the need of the existing generation without compromising the needs of the future generation. So that is similar to, we should have a sustainable agriculture. So which means the existing agriculture needs or farm needs or food needs of the existing people of generation has to be fulfilled. And also there should not be any compromise with regards to the future chances of agriculture, right? So that is, this mission aims to support climate adaptation in agriculture through development of climate resilient crops and expansion of weather insurance mechanism, and also promoting, what is that? Better agriculture practices. What is that? Agriculture practices. So all together it talks about sustainable agriculture for the future, right? So this is National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, and I think this is last one, 8th one. So this is the National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change. So this mission is run by the Department of Science and Technology. This is the DST. You see here, DST. DST. Okay. So it identifies challenges and requisite responses to climate change. So this will be done through open international collaboration, and it would ensure sufficient funding for this research, right? So this mission, this aims at gaining better understanding of what is that climate change scenario. So within the India, right? Because we have a study about global warming, right? So we have to study about greenhouse gases, right? So what are the different greenhouse gases that is mainly being produced within our country, India, right? So, and how to resolve the issue and how to reduce those greenhouse gases without compromising the development of industry or agriculture, right? So, these are the 8 missions we have under the NAPCC, National Action Plan for Climate Change, right? So just wait. So that is a very important question in your examination. They are asking in a 15 marks question. So write those 8 missions. Okay, you can explain one by one. So just a few lines. So the next topic is acid rain. Okay, so any doubts in the PPT, National Action Plan? Yeah.
No, ma'am, it's fine, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Now, acid rain, right? So this is also another topic in your C8 book. Okay. So the term acid rain was coined in the year of 1852. 1852 by Scottish chemist Robert Angus Smith, according to the Royal Society of Chemistry, which calls him the father of acid rain. Father of acid rain. So this he decided on the term while examining rainwater chemistry near some of the industrial cities in England and Scotland. England and Scotland. So he wrote about his findings in the year of 1872 in the book The Air and Rain, the Beginnings of the Chemical Climatology. So the book name is Air and Rain. So the beginnings of a chemical climatology. So in the 1950s, the scientists in the United States started studying that phenomenon. And in the 1960s and early 1970s, acid rain became recognized as a regional environmental issue. So that affected Western Europe and also Eastern North America. Western Europe and Eastern North America, right? So you see what is acid rain definition. So acid rain is also termed as acid deposition or acid precipitation. So it is a type of rain. So in which deposition of acid takes place along with rain water, right? So acid rain or acid deposition is a broad term that includes any form of precipitation with acidic components such as what is that sulfuric or nitric acid, sulfuric or nitric acid. So that falls to the ground from the atmosphere in wet or dry forms, right? So this can include rain, snow, fog, hail, and also dust, or even dust that is having acidic components, right? So the atmospheric pollutants like oxides of nitrogen and sulfur react with rainwater. It leads to the formation of acids like nitric or sulfuric acid and fall with the rain. So that is called acid rain, right? So now you see causes of the acid rain. So acid rain is basically caused by two types. So first one is natural causes and second one is man-made. So all of you know maximum about this natural and man-made causes. So in natural causes, that is, it can be caused due to lightning, volcanic eruption, biological process, and wildfires. So lightning means in this enormous energy in lightning generates nitrogen ions from the atmospheric nitrogen. So which is from acids with the combination of water vapors, and it leads to acid rain, right? So lightning strikes also naturally produce nitric oxides that react with the water molecules via electrical activity to produce nitric acid, thereby forming what is that? Acid rain, right? And volcanic eruptions. So this is also natural because this is something which happens in nature, which is not in our control, right? So whenever any volcanic erupts, a blast of gases convert from within the surface of the earth, so which contains of oxides of nitrogen and sulfur and also carbon again, right? So the volcanoes emit acid producing gases, that is to create higher than normal amounts of acid rain or any other form of precipitation such as a fog and snow, that is to an extent of affecting vegetation cover and also health of residents which within our surroundings, right? And then biological process. So the biological process that occur on the land and water bodies, so also generate acid producing gases to the atmosphere. And wildfires. So wildfires, uncontrolled forest fires also release acid producing gases, right? So it is decaying vegetation, wildfires, and biological process. So these are within the environment also generate acid rain forming gases, right? So for example, dimethyl sulfide. Dimethyl sulfide is a typical example of major biological contributor to sulfur containing elements into the atmosphere. So these are the natural causes. And then next, so man-made causes. So those are industries, coal-based thermal power plants, exhaust from automobiles, burning of fossil fuels, domestic fires, and also smelting of metal ores. So industries, so human activities leading to chemical gas emissions, such as sulfur and nitrogen. So those are the primary contributors to the acid rain, right? Then next, coal-based thermal power plants. So again, this also emit sulfur and nitrogen oxides also, and exhaust from automobiles. So this is also again something which is related to fossil fuels, right? So we all know that most of all vehicles such as cars, trucks, buses, so these are either petroleum or diesel. So these both are the fossil fuels. Whenever we are using these fuels in the vehicles, we are giving out emissions, so which contain oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, so which contribute to the acid rain, right? And burning of fossil fuels. So this is the first major reason, so which causes acid rain, right? Because all fossil fuels, whether it is coal or petroleum and other products, so they contain sulfur and nitrogen along with carbon. So whenever under growth process of conversion, they released oxides of carbon, nitrogen, as well as sulfur, so in the atmosphere. So these three main gases which are responsible for causing of acid rains, right? So in domestic fires, so this is also released smoke that contains sulfur dioxide, right? So, and also smelting of metal ores. So in this process, release of acid producing gases such as what is that? Carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide take place in the air, right? So basically, the three main gases that is responsible for causing of acid rain. What is that? Those are oxides of carbon, that is, and oxides of nitrogen and oxides of sulfur, CO2, NO2, SO2. CO2, NO2, SO2. So these are the three main causative agents, are the causative gases which result in acid rains, right? So these gases culprit, we can say, which cause acid rain in our environment, right? So these are the natural and man-made causes. And then next, how to form the acid rain. Right, we not go listen. So there are two forms in which acid deposition occurs. So those are so first one is wet deposition of acids, and second one is dry deposition of acids. So you see this picture. So this is wet deposition and dry deposition. So what is the wet deposition of acids? Anybody tell me? You see, you observe this figure. What is the wet deposition of acids? Okay, right.
Ma'am, what are you asking? Wet deposition?
Wet deposition.
I think limestone will be dry only.
Okay.
Wet means raindrops of sulfates. It's
Okay,
written
right.
sulfuric acid. Sulfurous
Okay.
acid.
So in wet deposition, it is moving air blows the acids present in the atmosphere, right? So to the areas where the weather is wet, right? So thereafter, acids fall to the ground in the form of rain, sleet, fog, snow, or mist. So it removes acid from the atmosphere and it deposits them on the earth surface. So what are the effects of wet deposition of acids? So these acids, after falling on this ground, affects the large number of plants, animals, and aquatic life, right? So the water drain flows into rivers and canals, which is the mixed up with the seawater, thereby affecting marine habitats also, right? So the next, dry deposition. So what is dry deposition? So in dry deposition, it is moving air blows the acids present into the atmosphere to the areas where the weather is dry, right? Weather is dry. So the acidic pollutants slip into dust or smoke and fall to the ground as a dry particles, right? So the effects, what are the effects? So fallen acids particles get stick to the ground and other surfaces such as cars, houses, trees, and also buildings, etc. Right? So these particles affect the soil fertility and make it unsuitable for growing crops. Right? So almost 50% of the acidic pollutants in the atmosphere fall back through dry deposition. So further, these acidic pollutants can also be washed away from the earth surface by rainstorms, right? Rainstorms. So this is the dry and wet deposition. So you see, I can write here. You read it after some time. Okay, so now you see how to form the acid rain. So when those gases come up in the atmosphere and when it rains, they combine with rainwater, right? So what happens is that this carbon dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide is present in excess in the atmosphere and it combines with water. So that is present in the atmosphere. It forms, what is that? So carbon dioxide combined with water. So again,
Carbonic acid.
carbonic acid, H2CO3, right? So and oxides of sulfur. So those are present in the atmosphere. So they again combine the rainwater and fall down as, what is that? Sulfurous acid or sulfuric acid, right? H2SO4 or H2SO3.
Ma'am, what is the difference between liquid and aqueous?
Liquid.
And aqueous solution?
Aqueous, where is the aqueous solution?
Ma'am, H2O is liquid.
H2,
And
right.
carbonic acid is aqueous. And
These are
sulfuric acid is aqueous.
same, not different. These are same, little bit same.
Okay. Only for acids we use aqueous, and for normal liquid substances we use liquid only.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Passing him.
So similarly, if oxides of nitrogen also, so the nitrogen are present in the atmosphere, then again they combine with rainwater and they fall down as nitric acid. So HNO3, right? So these acids, when they are mixed with rainwater, they decrease the pH of the rainwater. Remember this, pH of the rainwater. So now, so what is the pH scale? pH scale measures how acidic an object is, right? So objects that are not very acidic are called basic, right? So the scale has values ranging from up to 0 to 14, right? So the 0 is acidic.
Acidic.
14 is
Basic.
basics. So as you can see from the pH scale,
Basic or alkaline also, no ma'am?
right? So pure water has a pH value of how much? Pure water,
7, ma'am.
7, right? So that is the neutral, right? 7 is neutral. So that is the normal, right? So between the pH value of between 5 and 5.5, which is slightly acidic, right? And then we call it as acid rain. So you see this red one. Not, 4, right? 4.2 to 4.5, right? Right? So typically acid rain has a pH value of how much? 4, right? So a decrease in pH value from 5 to 4 means that the acidity is 10 times greater, right? 10 times greater. So effects of acid rains. So what are the effects? So there are many problems and there are many effects caused by acid rain, right? So increased amounts of, what is the reason? Nitrogen. Nitrogen and sulfur oxide in the air. So do contribute to fit and some of the heart and lung problems, including asthma and also bronchitis, right? So you see, first one is effect on plants and agriculture, right? So what are the effect? What is the effect of plant or agriculture? So acid rain is very harmful to agriculture, right? And growth of plants. All of you know about this. So when acid rain falls on the plants, it washes away all the nutrients which are required for the growth and survival of plants. So the plants are weak, and if continuously they are exposed to acid rain, so a long period of time, they may finally dry out or they may die, right? So plants are most affected by the acid rain, and affects the soils. So what are the soil effects? So inside the soil, there are so many microorganisms is there, right? So which require a particular pH range for the survival. So, but if the pH range falls below normal, so that is, it moves towards acidic, right? So those microorganisms, they are not able to survive anymore. So the soil loses its natural fertility and also the ability to regain its fertility, which makes a barren over a period of time. And effects of aquatic systems. So especially aquatic animals, right? So when acid rain falls down and flows into the rivers and ponds, so it affects the aquatic ecosystem, right? So as it alters the chemical composition of the water to a form which is actually harmful to the aquatic ecosystem to survive, and causes water pollutions also. And pH is lower than 5. Most fish eggs do not hatch. The pH kills the adult fishes. So it reduces the alkalinity and increases the acidity of the water. And also acid rain causes the corrosion of water pipes, so which further result in leaching of heavy metals such as iron and also lead and copper into the drinking water. And monuments, all of you know about these monuments or buildings. So acid rain on building, especially those constructed with, what is that? Limestone, right? Limestone means CaCO3, right? Is it right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And other soft stones also, and that is leading to erosion and the destruction of statues and buildings. So acidity can leach heavy metals like mercury out of the soil, causing toxicity to build up. So you see some of the pictures here. Taj Mahal, all of you know about this. So one of the 7 wonders of the world. So you must know it is turning now yellow because it is largely affected by air pollution, acid rain. So the city of Agra has many industries. What is the reason? City of Agra is many industries, so which emit the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in the atmosphere. But people continue to use low quality coal and also firewood as a domestic fuel, and adding to this problem, right? And also same Statue of Liberty, so which is made of copper, right? So it also been damaged by the cumulative action of acid rain and oxidation for over 30 years and is so therefore becoming green color, right? So marble, you see here marble. So marble is basically, what is
Ma'am,
that?
Statue of Liberty is made up of bronze, ma'am.
Bronze, not copper.
Acha, copper. Okay. Okay.
So you see here, this is the Taj Mahal. So what is the Taj Mahal made up of?
Limestone.
Right. So you see this formula, calcium carbonate. So chemical formula of marble, it will be CaCO3, right? So, and when acid rain falls on this marble, it can be Taj Mahal, or it can be any other building, or it can be the floor of your houses, right? So acid rain has the following reaction with the marble, that is calcium carbonate. So you see calcium carbonate formula. So the formation of calcium sulfate results in the corrosion of this beautiful monument, right? So the resulting in the formation of calcium sulfate along with carbon dioxide and water. So this reaction takes place in the this marble extract getting eroded, and the surface starts turning yellow because of the deposition of calcium sulfate. So that's why acid rain is particularly harmful for engine monuments and building. So this was the effect of the acid rain, and also some of the effects on public health also. So when in the atmosphere, the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide gases, those are, and their particulate matter derivatives like sulfates and nitrates, so degrades visibility, and it can cause accidents leading to injuries and deaths. So human health is not directly affected by acid rain because acid rain water is too dilute to cause serious health problems, right? So however, the dry depositions, also known as gaseous particulate in the air, so which in this case, those are nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide, those are can cause serious health problems when inhaled, right? And also other effects. So acid rain leads weathering of buildings, corrosion of metals, and peeling of paints on surfaces, right? So the effects are commonly seen on statues, right? And old gravestones, historical monuments, and also damaged buildings. So the acid rain also corrodes metals like steel, bronze, copper, and also iron, right? So now, what are the solutions to this acid rain? Right? First one is cleaning up exhaust pipes and smokestacks and restoring damages environments and alternative energy sources and individual, national, or state and international actions and emission control systems. So you see, first of all, cleaning up exhaust pipes and smokestacks. So most of the electric power supporting the modern day energy requirement comes from combusting fossil fuels such as oil, natural gas, and also coal. So that generate, what is that? Nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide. So as the chief contributor to the acid rain. So burning coal largely accounts for the this sulfur dioxide emissions, while nitrous oxide emissions are mostly from fossil fuel combustions, right? So washing coal and use of coal comprised of low sulfur and use of devices known as scrubbers. So it can provide a technical solution to sulfur dioxide emissions. And scrubbing also called flue gas desulfurization, that is called FGD. Flue gas desulfurization, FGD. So that is typically works to chemically eliminate sulfur dioxide from the gases leaving this smokestacks. So it can eliminate up to how much? 95% of sulfur dioxide gases. Right? So the power generation facilities, it can also shift to using fuels that emit much less sulfur dioxide, such as natural gas, instead of burning coal. So these methods are simply called emission reduction strategies, right? Then next, restoring damaged environment. So use of limestone or lime. So a process called liming. So it is a practice that people can do to repair the damage caused by acid rain to lakes, right? To lakes or rivers or and brooks. So adding lime into acidic surface water balances the acidity. So it's a process that has extensively been used. For instance, in Sweden, to keep the water pH at optimum. So even though liming is an expensive method and it has to be done repeatedly. So furthermore, it only offers a short-term solution at the expense of solving the broader challenges of SO2 and NO2 emissions and risks to human health also. So nevertheless, it helps to restore and allow the survival of aquatic life forms by improving chronically acidified surface waters, right? Then next, alternative energy sources. So these are also besides fossil fuels. So there is a wide range of alternative energy sources that can generate electrical power, right? So these includes wind, this wind energy, geothermal energy, and also the solar energy, hydropower and nuclear powers, right? You see this picture, some of the picture, dangerously high. So you see a sulfur dioxide emissions are expected to increase almost threefold in China and more than fourfold in India between 1990 and 2020. You see this China. So this is the highest. And second in place in India. Right? So save electricity and save fossil fuels and save our environment. So because electricity is mostly created, we can say electricity produced with the use of fossil fuels in some thermal power plants, right? So we save electricity will be a reducing dependence on fossil fuels, or we can switch over to alternative sources such as the solar energy, so which will help us saving our environment, right? So this is the acid rain. Okay. So the next class will take the 12 or 12:10. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay, ma'am.
Any doubts? Yeah.
Ma'am, can you, ma'am, last time, I think last to last time you have explained about climate changes, no, ma'am. That one and this PPT, can you post, ma'am, the related?
Okay, right. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
okay.